So it's January of 2020 and things are looking pretty thin on the rifle racks of your local gun store. You're looking around online, you're not finding a whole lot out there. But then you stumble upon one of these, a Carcano rifle, a Carcano carbine for $249. Now the big question is should you buy it? So you do a little bit of research and you realize that this rifle was in service with the Italian military from roughly 1891 to 1981. Ammo's a little bit scarce, but from what you've seen, they seem like they're a pretty good deal. They appear to be pretty good, solid shooters. So you buy it. So today on the channel, guys, I want to share with you my experiences shooting this Carcano Sporter rifle, what I think about it, the experience of shooting the Carcano, is it something maybe you should invest in or not, and just see if it's actually worth the money. So hang tight and let's talk a little bit about this rifle. So what we have here, guys, is an 1896 tourney sporterized Carcano rifle. Now, it has a barrel that's roughly 17.5 inches long. It's got some markings on it. It's got a PO stamp on one side. It does say tourney on it, GS, and so on. I don't know if this particular Carcano started off as a folding service rifle or if it was a modified cavalry carbine. What makes it even more confusing is some of the cavalry carbines, which would be the shorter barrel Carcanos, were fitted with the larger sights in the back that were retrofitted. The sights themselves are pretty interesting. You've got a rear blade sight here that is 0 to 300 yards, and then it goes from 0 to 300 meters, and then it goes from 600 to 1500 meters. My experience of shooting this, I'll talk about that in just a little bit. It was kind of interesting, the climb that I was getting out of it when I was shooting. It's got a front blade sight on it also. Now, a lot of these had a progressive rate of twist, which meant that the rate of twist got tighter as you got towards the end of the barrel. That can be a problem for accuracy if these are cut down. Now, when I was shooting this, I shot two different kinds of ammo. I shot a 123 grain Preview Partisan soft point round. I believe it was shooting almost 8 to 9 inches high, but I had a decent group. It was about 1 3/4 inches with the blade sights, and the field sights in this thing were just a little bit difficult to use. I was also shooting some, I believe, 154, 156 grain Norma that was sent to me by another YouTuber, and that had a more consistent group, but it was still 1.75 inches, and that shot about 6 inches high. So when I looked up the ballistics on the PPU ammunition that you can currently buy for this rifle, what I saw was that you've got a roughly 15, 16 inch drop at 300 meters. I did not take this out to 100 yards at my range because I didn't even know where it was going to be shooting. At this point, with it shooting 8 to 9 inches high, there's a chance I would be on paper at 100 yards. I might be a little bit high, a little bit low. So I just kept my shooting to 25 yards. And I was also encountering an issue with the ammunition that I was using for this test. The PPU ammunition was really having a hard time extracting. I've run into that problem. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's just my firearms, but the 3 times I've used the PPU ammunition, 30-30, 7.62 by 54R, and the 6.5 Carcano, that ammunition made by Preview Partisan is hard to extract. I don't know if the cases overexpand a little bit or if they use a thinner brass. Or what the deal is. When you get a Carcano rifle, they use what's called an Enblock clip, and it's got 6 rounds that it's going to take. Now, these have obviously been fired, and this firearm has been cleared prior to filming. And they're really easy to use. You just simply push them in, and you run through all 6 rounds, and the clip falls out of the bottom, and it's all done. It's kind of cool, actually. Enblock clips are readily available online. Parts are readily available online. You can find parts on eBay, you can find parts over on Gunbroker and so on. And just another little side point here, something that I thought was kind of cool is the owner of this Carcano did give me this box of ammo, an original box of ammo. I don't know if it says 1927 on it, so that's what it would have come. I don't know if it came with 3 Enblock clips that would have been preloaded from the factory or 3 strips of ammo or exactly. I don't read in Italian, so I really can't even tell you what this says. So if anybody out there could translate this for me, it'd be nice to know exactly what it says, but anyway, this is really cool. Little box of original ammo with the Enblock clips. The action itself, the Italians, they took a lot of design cues from other famous rifles at the time and pretty much incorporated it into this rifle. The action is relatively smooth. I mean, this thing's had some rounds put through it. And by the way, just a shout out to a fellow YouTube viewer and patron of mine that did loan this to me. I've had this for several months now, and I was able to take it out and shoot it and really enjoy it. So anyway, thanks to him for that. With this bolt, it's it's a little tight going back in, but it's not bad. But like I said, the extraction on those PPU rounds made it not so much fun to shoot. And the reason why I'm telling you this is if you pick up one of these, that PPU ammunition sometimes is all that you're going to find. Ammunition for this is really hard to find right now as of mid-January of 2020. The Norma ammunition, if you don't mind spending $45 a box, if you can even find it for that price, It cycles perfectly with no issues. The trigger itself is heavy, but it is smooth, and it just seems to not really much of a break to it. It just goes. There you go. Much better than a Mosin Nagant, in my opinion. And that's kind of an apples to oranges comparison, but it really is not a bad trigger. I really enjoyed shooting this thing. Recoil on this was probably comparable to, say, a 30-30, a little bit less than 308, maybe a little more kick than 7.62 by 39, just kind of as a comparison all across the board. Maybe if you've ever fired a 270 before, it kind of feels like that. So it's really not that bad, even though you've got the steel butt plate going on here. And again, like I said, I'm really having some issues identifying this. So anybody that's a Carcano expert, if you know, let me know. All I could find out about it from some of the online auctions was that these were imported between the 1950s and 1960s. And I don't know if it's a cut down original full-length rifle or if it started off as like a cavalry carbine or what it is. But it's very unique and it's very cool, and I'm going to hate to have to give it back because this would be so sweet in the collection, but it's going to go back to its original owner pretty soon. So the big question is, would I buy one of these? Well, I'll tell you right now, military surplus rifles are going up in price. Mosin Nagants are selling about 3 times more than they were even before the pandemic. I paid $125 for my Mosin. I could easily sell for $350, $400. I've got a 1920s Hex model, a Tula or Izmesh. And, they do appreciate in value. I mean, so from a value standpoint, they are going to go up as time goes on. Scarcity of ammo is not helping, especially with these being $230 to $250. I mean, everybody and their dog is buying them online, and ammunition is really hard to find right now. So if you're going to buy one and you think you're going to make it a shooter, if you don't mind spending $50 to $60 for a box of PPU, and I'm serious, that's what the prices are on Gunbroker for a box of ammo for this, you might want to pass on it for now, but if you want to buy one to have it as a collector's item, go right ahead. Now, the other problem we run into is, the lineage and which models are worth the most and which ones are not. There's a dozen, if not more, variants of this rifle that are out there, not counting all the sporterized models. So I really can't make a suggestion to you. Just get whichever one you can. I would recommend you buy the one that's chambered for the 6.5 by 52 Carcano round, and that's just because that'll be ease of ammunition acquisition. That's going to be the best chance that you're going to get for finding ammo for this model. So anyway, the Carcano rifle, man, I really had a great time shooting it. It was a lot of fun. It was great to use. Aside from just the cycling issues of the PPU ammo, it was great. It really did kind of remind me of the Mosin Nagant in many ways. It's got some heft to it, and the design and build quality is actually really well done. So anyway, that's my quick take on the Carcano rifle, specifically the Carcano Sporter. Accuracy, like I said, a little under 2 inches at 25 yards. I didn't take it out further, mainly because it was just, with it already shooting a foot high, it was going to be hard for me to try to figure out where the rounds were going to go. Plus, with this barrel being cut off, if this is, if it is cut down, you're going to see your accuracy decrease even more once you get out past 100 yards, because the ballistics info that I have, the 16-inch drop at 300 meters, is based off of the original model, which has like a 30-inch barrel or something like that. So yeah, it's probably going to go down. So if you're going to get it thinking you're going to have this as a deer gun for 300 or 400 yards, you're probably going to be wrong. But if you just want this as a fun sport or something to have in your collection, there's nothing wrong with that. Unfortunately, I don't have any markings on the stock either to help me identify it, to tell me more about it. So like I said, it does say tourney. The serial number does start off with an FN. It does have a GS with a circle around it and some kind of a little crest on it. Looks like 2 rifles that are crossed with each other. And it does say 1896. And it does have a octagonal style receiver on the top, so kind of like an older Mosin. But that's what I know for now. So anyway, that's my quick take on the Carcano rifle. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Make sure you check me out on Gunstreamer, UGEtube, guntube.org. I'm also porting all my videos over to Odyssey right now, so I'll put a link to that channel so you can check me out over there if you want to. And that's just another location where I'm going to be hosting my content. Otherwise, I think that's about it. So guys, please like and subscribe. I want you to have fun. I want you to be safe. And as you know, we will talk to you soon.